Hi there, Tim Bauer here from LiveVideoGuitarLessons.com with the practice tip of the day. This one is for the intermediate player, and today I want to cover a right-hand style that's not strumming and it's not quite finger picking. It's kind of like plucking at the strings. And right now there's a very popular song on the charts that kind of uses that style, so I thought it'd be a good opportunity to kind of make sure that you're doing it the right way, because a lot of people are learning this song. So the idea is that we're kind of sticking our fingers in the strings, and we're just kind of, get this where you can see it. We're just kind of, you know, like for my D chord, I'm going to play the 4 strings of the D chord with my thumb on the root, my first finger on the 3rd string, second finger on the 2nd string, 3rd finger on the 1st string, and I just kind of lift them out. The motion's just kind of like that. The main thing I want to cover here, because everybody seems to be wanting to do it, well, wrong. I mean. It's more comfortable to players until they get used to doing it the right way. When you finish doing this upward motion, this plucking motion, your thumb should be skewed away from your, I mean, it's okay to be touching the side of your, get that where you can see it. It's okay to be touching the side of your index finger, but you want to make sure you don't end up like that, because that'll mess you up for other styles. This is a very, very simple style of just plucking at strings, and you want to use this song to launch into other more intricate finger picking patterns, and you can use this one to force you to hold your hand right. And playing it wrong won't mess you up for this song, so that's why I'm doing this video, because I want to make sure that you know how to do it right, so you don't develop a bad habit that's super difficult to break later on. The idea is, when you first put your fingers on there, let me see if you can get that where you can see it, your thumb needs to be pointing kind of toward the tuners over here. You need to make sure that, and your fingers need to be pointing kind of backward just a little bit, so that when you go to pluck at the strings, your thumb stays on this side of your index finger. And the idea, like I said, this motion is really simple, but you want to use this to learn right. And if, like, say you had to finger pick something really fast, which, you know, I don't know, you have to make sure that if you have to do that really quick, you have to make sure that if you're doing it on adjacent strings, you have to make sure that your thumb is away from your first finger. Otherwise, it's going to be bumping into each other, and it will really mess you up for more difficult picking patterns. So, like, if I try to do that same thing here, with my thumb, I'm trying to, I hope you can see that. If my thumb's if I don't have my thumb skewed over this side of my index finger, and vice versa, index finger skewed over that side of my thumb, my index finger is going to hit my thumb all the time. I'm never going to get a good clean shot at my thumb or my fingernail. They're just going to be bumping each other all the time. So you use this style to just kind of, you know, just kind of learn how to finger pick correctly. All right, so what you're doing for this style, it doesn't count if you're just swiping at the strings. That doesn't count. What you do, you physically stick your fingers in the strings, and the thumb's going to be a little bit on the side. And these fingers are gonna, I'm trying to make sure you can see that. You want them in there where you can, when you pop these up like that, you get a clear attack, a simultaneous attack on all of those strings at the same time. Well, that's redundant, I'm sorry. Simultaneous at the same time, it means the same thing. So I should go back and consult my old high school grammar book. So anyway, and what you'll find that you end up kind of holding your fingers together like that, and that's about the distance between your strings anyway. So you just kind of get in there and do that, and make sure you get a good clean attack. And your thumb, same thing with your thumb. Take the time to slow down and learn it correctly. Don't just kind of don't swipe at them, because that doesn't count. Say you want to do 30 repetitions of that. 30 good slow ones beats 1,000 sloppy ones. I mean, you're not doing yourself any good if you do the sloppy ones. So stick your fingers in there, and your thumb is going to take care of the root note. On our D chord, that's our root. So we happen to be on adjacent strings here. But if I change to a G chord, and I could change my fingers down here, but I'm not going to. But my root changes to the 6th string. So when I go to A, I might want to change my top strings, but you don't have to. But you have to change your root note. Make sure the thumb's playing the right root note. So anyway, that's the main idea. I know I'm overly stressing this, but it's really important to not develop bad habits in the beginning, because they are so hard to break. I've had so many people come to me after they've already bin playing for a year or so, and they develop these bad habits, and a lot of times they just can't break it. My job is to get them to break it, and sometimes we can do it with a lot of work, and if they're patient and are willing to work that hard, they can break it. But it takes a long time and a lot of effort, and a lot of times people just decide it's not worth it, and what happens, they get, well, not a lot, but sometimes they decide it's not worth the effort and they get frustrated. So what happens, whatever style, whatever bad habits in their way of playing, they just don't do any of those songs, even though it might be all their favorite songs, or some of their favorite songs. And that's a terrible way to go through your guitar playing career. I'm just trying to make sure that you stay on the right path. So anyway, all right. So thanks for tuning in for this practice tip. Hopefully that helps. Tune in again tomorrow for another one, and I will see you next time. Thanks.